It's been a busy cruise news week, from meetings with the White House to more cruise ships setting sail, and we have big news from Royal Caribbean, Carnival, P&O Cruises and much more. Well, ahoy there, cruisers!
Welcome to this week's Cruise News Roundup. We hope you're doing well and you're all safe, but don't forget to subscribe.
All major cruise lines joined a conference call this week with the White House and CDC. The conference was held by Vice President Pence to discuss proposals to get cruise lines back up and running in the United States. During the meeting, Pence made it very clear he was keen on getting maritime operations, including cruises, up and running safely again. Norwegian Cruise Line and Royal Caribbean's Healthy Sail Panel findings, including the 74 recommendations they have made, are due to be presented to the US Coronavirus Task Force in order to provide a recommendation to President Donald Trump on what to do next with the CDC no-sail order.
Vicky Freed, a Royal Caribbean Senior Vice President, informed travel agents that there is a possibility that the CDC no-sail order could be lifted next week. She said, "There is a chance that we will have a return to service if the CDC gives us the green light this week." So we're not sure if she's had some inside information, but we can't see anything that backs up these claims. But make sure you subscribe to our channel, because as soon as we hear about it, we will let you know.
Royal Caribbean have also announced how the circulation of air will work on board its ships. New systems, as well as high-grade medical filters, will continuously supply 100% fresh filtered air from outdoors to all of the indoor spaces. The air will be drawn in from one side of the ship for cooling and ventilation, then removed via an exhaust pipe on the opposite side of the ship. There will be a total air change of up to 12 times per hour in staterooms and about 15 completely different cycles and changes of air per hour in the large public spaces. A bioaerosol assessment was carried out on Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas to prove the system works. This is really fantastic to hear. It's very similar to what airlines have been doing, and it just means you're getting continuously provided fresh air, stopping any viruses from being able to circulate. And obviously those high-grade filters stop any pathogens and viruses such as the coronavirus, the flu and things like that from being circulated in the air system. So it's really good.
Yeah, if anything has come out of this whole situation, is that the health and the hygiene on board is going to be so much more improved than it was before. Not like it was really unhealthy before, but it's just going to be even better, which is great to see.
Yeah, and on that note, Royal Caribbean have also released some graphics and information on the protocols they will be carrying out aboard their ships on the Royal Caribbean website. They have entitled it the Royal Promise. It basically outlines all of the new protocols in different areas of the ships. One surprising thing that we saw is that you're going to be required to wear masks outside unless you're in the pool. So no sunbathing. So even if you're on a sunbather or if you're walking around, you're still going to have your mask on, which is absolutely bizarre to us. It's going to be very strange, especially in the warm countries like the Caribbean. You're going to have very strange tan lines.
I was going to say, yeah, you can sunbathe, but there's some interesting tan lines there, I guess.
Yeah. It also goes into more detail with the indoor venues being limited to 50% capacity and much smaller numbers on attractions like Dodgem Cars and the North Star. You can also book private appointments for shopping to reduce the risk in being around other shoppers. There's also detailed plans on how the medical centres will operate and what they will look like on board. We've popped all of the information in the link in the description section below if you want to take a better look at those Royal Promise protocols.
The Royal Promise. It sounds like some sort of Netflix movie then.
No, it does.
The Royal Promise. Coming next summer.
Sorry to interrupt the show, but this episode is sponsored by the fantastic Skillshare. I'm sure you already know all about them, but if you don't, Skillshare offers thousands of different classes for creative people. Everything from design, illustration, photography, freelancing, and more. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a pro, whether you want to start something new or further develop the skills you already have. And most classes are under 60 minutes, so they really easily fit into your schedule. This year, we haven't been able to be as creative as we want to be, so Skillshare has seriously been a lifesaver. It's really helped to keep me motivated. I have really been enjoying classes on cooking, so now I'm a top chef, and David on web development, and we both said to each other that we are learning the things that we need to know, not the nice to know stuff. It's straight to the point, and it has really helped us develop our new skills much quicker. Skillshare is a one-stop shop for learning, and now is the perfect time to take one of the carefully crafted classes to up your game or to even help run your business more successfully, like us. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description section below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. This is going to give you unlimited access to hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. Once the trial ends, it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, which is less than a couple of coffees. So what are you waiting for? It's such a bargain, and we genuinely really highly recommend. Okay, back to the show.
So Carnival Cruise Lines has cancelled all of its November cruises, unfortunately. It says it is hopeful, though, for a December restart. It's the last major cruise line to cancel all their November cruises. They had originally hoped to resume sailings on November the 1st, with 6 ships operating out of 2 Floridian ports. But after the meeting with the White House, they have decided now to push that date back. They have said that they're still optimistic that they can cruise this year. They've also cancelled 5 cruises scheduled to operate from Sydney, Australia, from January the 16th to February the 8th next year.
In some better Carnival news, brand new megaship Carnival Mardi Gras has successfully completed her sea trials in Finland.
Yay.
The ship is now placed in a wet dock at the Meyer Turku shipyard in Finland, where she's been giving all of the finishing touches to her interior. We really can't wait to see her finished. She has the same name as the line's first ever vessel back in 1972, and she comes along with some really big changes compared to the other Carnival ships in its fleet, including a huge atrium on the side of the ship with a big wall of glass, and like Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships, she will be divided into 6 distinct zones. Plus, of course, there's that big roller coaster on top called Bolt. She's due to make her debut in Florida in February next year. Hopefully, though, she's going to be a little bit more successful than the original vessel with that name back in 1972. After she left on her inaugural voyage from Miami, she hit a sandbank and was grounded. So fingers crossed the new Carnival Mardi Gras is a little bit more lucky than that.
Thanks for sharing that, Ben. That's a really good quiz question there. Maybe for our Sunday quiz on the Sunday live streams.
There you go.
And in some more good news from Carnival Corporation, another ship from their sister brand Costa Cruises has started sailing. Hurrah!
Yay.
This means that there are 3 Costa ships back up and running with passengers in the Mediterranean. The new ship, the Costa Esmeralda. Yes, I remembered. The Costa Esmeralda has joined their sister ships, the Costa Diadema and the Delicia.
Diadema and Deliosa.
Okay,
Costa Diadema and Costa Deliosa.
They look like prescription drugs.
Oh, well.
They said that they are gradually returning to operations with an increasing number of ships in a responsible and safe way, thanks to the new health protocols.
In some exciting news here in the UK from P&O Cruises, they have welcomed their brand new ship Iona. The new flagship for P&O Cruises has 17 decks and holds 5,200 passengers, and she looks absolutely gorgeous on the outside, and I'm sure she looks just as gorgeous on the inside. She will include the first ever gin distillery at sea. We can't wait to try that out. You know how much we love a good gin and tonic.
Oh, definitely.
They will produce their own unique gin, distilled, bottled and labelled on board Iona, and then it's going to be served across the whole P&O Cruises fleet. The handover ceremony was held on October 9th at the Meerwerft shipyard in Papenburg, Germany, where she was built. It's going to be also the first ever British cruise ship to be powered by LNG, which drastically cuts emissions and is much better for the environment. Due to travel restrictions from the UK, Iona is now preparing for an early 2021 debut. We really can't wait to get on board. She looks incredible.
In other news, British Cruise Line Cunard have revealed their back-to-service safety protocols. These protocols include testing passengers negative for coronavirus, either at the port terminal before boarding or before they travel, or even both. During boarding, there'll also be a health declaration, a temperature check, and a medical screening. There'll be a track and trace system on board the ship, and the buffet will no longer be self-service. They will have crew members serving you there. You'll also need to reserve a table, and you'll only be able to dine with your travel companions. Pre-booking may also be put in place for other activities on the ship, such as the spa, the gyms, and the swimming pools. And like all the other cruise lines that have already started, you'll only be able to leave the ship with a booked shore excursion. You will not be allowed to leave the ship at the ports alone.
And finally, river cruising is still going strong in Europe. Many cruise lines, such as Arosa, resumed cruising months ago. There has been no issues at all, and everything has gone perfectly so far. Many lines now are offering Christmas cruises, an amazing way to enjoy those Christmas markets in Europe. So that's some fantastic news. And remember, you can still take a cruise as well with Sea Dream Yacht Club as well, because they're not classed as a cruise line either, because they have so few people on board. So check out the links in the description below. They've got some great cruises to Barbados during this winter, and we're going on the transatlantic in just a few days. So stay tuned for that. That's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed watching. Again, please do consider subscribing. It really helps us out. Go on, we're watching you, hit that subscribe button. As we said, we've got so much good cruise videos coming soon. And remember, this video has been sponsored by our fantastic sponsors, Skillshare. So make sure you check them out in the description section below. Remember that only the first 1,000 people to click the link will get the free trial.
And a big thank you to all of our patrons. If you'd like to support us further, please do check out our Patreon in the description section below. The cruise captain of the week this week is Charles. So ahoy there, Charles.
That's it till next time.
Happy cruising.